So do you feel like you're writing from the perspective of being the friend when I jump into the track drifting? So when you see your friend out there just sort of lost and lonely?
Absolutely, 100%. It's not that I've not been there, but I was wholeheartedly writing from that perspective. I have a friend who's gay. He has no memory of, I mean, he remembers being in kindergarten and feeling like something was wrong with him, something that he was different. And I know this is a controversial subject, and I'm kind of in general, I'm a pretty to each his own kind of a person. I am not the judge. God is the judge. But in this particular story, I love this friend dearly. They believe that it was not a choice. They believe that they were born that way, and that they actually love and live a very Christian life, and have felt for the majority of their life that something was very wrong with them. It made them feel very lonely. It made them feel very isolated. They were definitely marginalized in many different situations where, for anyone who did know or suspected, the way they were made to feel was just, it's hard for me. I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but it's hard for me sometimes to believe in situations like that someone is choosing that, because he will tell, he's a very good friend of ours, and he will tell you why I would never choose this. It's extremely hard, and and it's very lonely. And so I don't want someone to pigeonhole the song that it's about homosexuality, because I try to write in metaphor. Something specific inspires me, but I try to write it in a perspective that it can really mean a lot of things. So anything that makes someone feel isolated, it could be the color of their skin, it could be their social status, it could be their economic status, it could be a number of things. And there's literally a sea of lonely out there, and they can't see on the other crest of the wave that there is a bunch more people just like them. They can only see in that very empty spot of the ocean that they're by themselves. And I would say this specific friendship, because I have seen him love God with his whole heart and make very good choices with his life, and being very gracious, and just I'm in my mind, again, it's like I have this one particular person in mind as I was writing. And so Dan and Matt and I were talking, and they all know this person. I'm closest to him, but we all know him, and we were talking about that and how we were able to branch out and say, it's beyond, that situation. That's a situation of loneliness and feeling marginalized, but there's so many that feel that way. And I said, it's like, as Christians especially, not only, but especially, we feel like if we reach out and show real compassion to something that we don't agree with, that we don't understand, that we don't condone, any number, then it really does limit us. Like, for instance, for me, I don't necessarily understand what my friend has gone through, because I've never been through that.
Right.
But we're not called to understand. We're not called to condemn. We're not called to condone. We are called to love. And so that's why in the lyric I say, there's a sea of lonely swimming sad, searching just for an arm to grab.